Oh Lord. Tide ho. Oh Lord. Ho tide. Lord. Oh
Tide.
my. Wait a minute. Oh Lord. Hello?
Turn the plane down.
Yes, I do
That's
need to
against the
turn
law.
the peasant down. Exactly.
Don't turn the queen down.
Oh, I turned you
But you
down.
can't turn me
Hey
down. Feel
guys.
kind of.
Hey
Hey
guys.
guys.
Welcome back. It's been a little bit of a couple of weeks. Well, a couple of weeks on our Spotify, but on our YouTube page, because a lot of the videos have been transferred over, we're way caught up on that one. So you guys are getting content on content on content. Y'all don't notice anything. Y'all don't notice anything is behind because the YouTube page is like updated, you know, because we're
Mm-hmm.
just like a lot of the backlog is finally being pushed over there. But our Spotify, we haven't been posting anything, but that's because we've been doing Twitch stuff, which
Mm-hmm.
by the way, I have been posting the Twitches on our YouTube page as well. If you guys would like to check it out over there, I will definitely put a
We're
link.
having fun.
We are
So,
actually. We just need to. It's trial and error. We need to fix it a little bit, tweak things a little bit, and also I would love it if we could play older games. I just need to buy the capture card that I was telling you
but
about.
yeah, I thought I was gonna get it. I thought I was gonna get it.
Oh,
That'll be
well,
for
I wasn't
the
telling you for
birthday
that reason.
Christmas.
I was just telling the people. But I do want to try to
Oh,
get get into some older games like on the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3. Like get into something older, PlayStation 1, whatever. I have a bunch of consoles as personally. I have most of the older consoles, so yeah.
and we're also talking on the streaming too. So if y'all want to hear what we got to say, kind of things that were going on that day, y'all can be a little bit updated too,
Right.
even if we don't put out
Oh,
just
I
a regular
also
podcast that's just
probably
about
should
huh?
post your streaming uh thing. So like when I do post this one, just send me that information so I can post it on here as well.
Okay, cool. We're gonna do that. I've
Yeah.
been working on my streaming. I've been
She's
feeling
been
good.
streaming so much. I call her and I'm like, "Oh, what you up to, girl?" "I'm streaming." "Girl."
I've been really enjoying it, and usually I get like one person, so I don't know. It don't matter if someone want to stop in and I'm gonna play the games I like and that I love, and I don't want it to
Mhm.
be where I just feel like I'm obligated. I just
Right.
you know whenever I feel like in the mood to really just game. And I did brought up to oh Lord about playing on the Xbox. How it's more of I like how fast I don't know. I think the five can do it too as well.
Right.
It's just the four that it doesn't like. Once you log out, the streaming stops. Like streaming stops
Mhm.
completely, and then you have to go back in there to start it up. And when I play on my Xbox, it would just basically pause it. Like
Yeah.
I'll still be on live or whatever, and they can probably still hear me. And then if I jump into another game, once it'll update on Twitch and stuff and say, "Oh, this person's playing another game," and stuff like that. So I do miss
Right.
that or whatever.
I
So
get
and
that.
I like it. I really want to get into. I want to get more into the app so I can learn all the bells and whistles. I'm very new to it, but I do want to do it. I want to see. I like seeing people play the game.
Mm.
I follow this guy. His name is TL Baker. He is on YouTube. And he plays Splatoon, which I'm a very great fan. I can't play Splatoon online because we don't have the card, which we're going to get. And
Right.
I would love to do that because I love Splatoon. Even though I bought her one, but she is not a play. And then I bought it around. Hold on. I didn't know they was coming out with a three. I just
Okay,
want to
we
put
don't
that
need to
out
be going
there.
down memory lane, girl. What are we doing?
Cause no, because I knew they was coming out with a three. Did I know? No, I don't think they was coming out for it at the time that I knew when I purchased it. Because this was when she was getting her Switch, and I was like, "Well, I'm buying you a game, and it has to be Splatoon or whatever." So, and I put a lot of money on that, by the way. I just want to bring that up
Mm.
too. Yeah, memory lane. So I purchased that before three was even announced. Because usually when it comes to Nintendo games, certain games they only will create one game for that console. So no one knew that they was coming out with a Splatoon 3, which was a big thing. I get very explosive, and I was like, "God damn!" I'm like, "Well, girl, look, you on your own with that too, because now I got to get the 3." Even though Nintendo is coming out with their new Switch, but I think it's gonna be Switch 2. That's what they're gonna call it.
I think so. Well, we'll see because they a lot of people have been saying that talking about it, but I haven't seen anything about it, so I'm waiting on them to
Oh
send it.
yeah, oh honey. Well, they said they was talking a little buzz, but they said they will show it all. I think next year. So I'm just this year. I know I got to get it. And anybody knows me when it comes to Nintendo, I always have to get a special kind of console. Like it got to be a Mario console, a Pokemon. It's got to be something. It got to be a special thing. So when people, I'm like, oh, girl, this is a special version of it. You got the regular.
Switch is my first time getting a special version of a console. Most
Mhm.
of the consoles that I've had has been like well, technically the GameCube because I have the silver one. I have the silver GameCube with the silver controller. So technically, that's a specialty edition, technically.
Mhm.
But
I guess, I guess, girl. I guess, whatever.
normally I
Mm,
just get what I get.
mm. Well, when it comes to Nintendo, I'm notorious. It has to be a special company, and I gotta talk noise. So when you come to somebody's house, this is a special one. You got the little regular, the default one. I got the special. I'm a special. But no,
Anyways.
I love Nintendo. It's one of my favorite consoles, and
Yeah, that is
Xbox
your
is
favorite.
becoming my second, and PlayStation. I'm back on there, which I'm enjoying. Oh, girl, I'm doing all this talking.
That is true. I'm so glad you
They
acknowledge
gotta know who we
all the talking
are.
that you've
Hold
been doing,
on.
because that's all you've been doing, talking, and not throwing that wig away. Let's talk about that.
Okay, well, this is Tad Ho here, and I'm getting tired of her right now.
And I am, oh Lord, and oh Lord, this girl thinks that she finna get me together. And this is the T.O. show.
Aren't you tired of the girl? Let's talk about it. Let's pick that up. Let's wake that up.
Let's wake
Hmm.
up the tea.
Well, let's do it. I'm with you. Let's wake it
Let's
up.
wake up the tea. But
So we're doing updates, right? We're doing updates of what we're doing and what we're getting into, right?
yeah, we could do both. We can do that. Well,
Okay.
let's do a quick update. Quick update. We actually did start on the books. We did start on that. But that will
Mhm.
be what we're talking about this episode. But some quick updates. I have been getting into Lollipop Chainsaw. I think have made you play a little bit of it. You know the one where
Yeah,
the girl
it's
who
very gay for a heterosexual person like you.
yes.
I just want to put that
I'm
out
glad
there.
you know.
Just gotta put that out
I'm
there.
glad you know.
Yeah.
That's as
Who's
outside
the
of my
quarterback for the Saints?
that's as outside of
Who's
the
the
bomb
quarterback for the Saints?
because normally it's Call of
Exactly.
Duty.
She doesn't know.
Normally I'm on Call of Duty. Mhm.
And girl, no, you
Call
are
of Duty
not.
and
That is a
NDA
lie.
and that NBA,
No, no. No, you playing
that's all
lollipop.
I play.
You playing lollipop.
Normally,
We
all I
heard it
play is
before.
Call of Duty and NBA.
Lollipop. That's you.
2K24 right now.
We think it. We know.
No, you
We
haven't,
see.
and you think about it. No, but, I've been playing that, which is so fun. I have the original PS3 copy still in my room. And
Mhm.
it makes me kinda wanna crack open my PlayStation 3 again and replay that system because I have a bunch of games that, I haven't finished, to be
Mhm.
honest, to be fair. And then I have a bunch of games that I would love to kinda go back to,
Yeah.
but right now I've been really getting into my PS4, PS5, and Switch,
Mhm.
um but yeah. Yeah, so really I've been getting into Lollipop Chainsaw. I've been personally reading books and getting more enveloped into my wanting to read things, wanting to get into more stories, romance
She has been doing a lot of
specifically.
books. She about to have a library,
I'm almost there,
literally.
yes. I haven't mine a
Yeah.
lot. I have
That's a lie. You have bought a lot.
mostly
I'm trying
queer,
to.
mostly non-straight, mostly black. It's some white ones in there too, but I try to steer towards what I know, you know?
Yeah.
What I am.
And we love the white stories too. It's just I
Yeah,
think the
that could be
point is
fun,
that if for any of our white viewers, it's like sometimes we want to hear something that is about
specifically about
us
us. Yeah.
and our experience. and stuff like that because we do
Listen,
have different experiences of them.
I will
So,
watch Queer as Folk, but I want Noah's Ark, you know?
mhm. But it was very good. It was a very good
It
show.
really was. Same
It
thing
was
with,
a very
like,
good show.
listen, love Sex in the City, but I want girlfriends, you know?
I never watched Sex and the City. I watched the movie. I did see the
Sex and the
movie.
City is very fun. Some of the things did not age well.
Well, it's a lot of things
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
90s
yeah,
and early 2000s has not aged well,
yeah. I
and
mean,
let's
if
be
you
very
think about it,
clear.
some of our shows don't age well, but we still have a nostalgia to it, so we're kinda just like,
Yeah.
"Listen,
Well, I
listen,
think we chalk it up to the
there's
time,
that
right?
one episode about Moesha where she judges Kim and she calls it fat and all of that. I don't know if you remember that, and it's like
Mhm. Girl,
we
the
pretend.
Maurice Show was my show. Come
We
on.
pretend like that didn't happen.
I have great memories because that's what my sister. Every time I watch the show, I just think of my sister because that was a big thing. You know,
Right.
she loved Moesha, and I used to look at
We
her
all
as much.
did.
I'm like, girl, you're Moesha. Like, come on, you're a teenager like her. You know, you're in high
Mhm.
school. It was the whole thing. So yeah, we remember that episode. We really did, and I think the hot takes of people bringing it up, especially on TikTok and everything, it's like, Moesha was really a good friend. Let's bring that up. I'm like, oh, like,
She
and
was
watching it
not.
bad, and you're like, oh boy, you're really you're a little bitch.
She was a
Oh,
horrible
damn,
friend. She was a
she really
horrible friend.
was definitely uppity. It was like who a damn, but that damn Dorian, I'm still on Frank. Well, I a little. I'm on Frank side a little because that boy was a little bit out of control. I was like, boy, you just doing stuff.
Wig. Oh, I'm so sorry,
What?
girl. Okay, you remember Letitia from Love After Lockup, right?
Letitia. The one who married that man, I mean, knocked that boy 2 times?
The one who was doing the tax services?
Wait, what?
The one that was like, "I'm doing tax services," and she was talking to the other ladies that work for her, and one of the ladies was like, "Oh, yeah, I used to date him when I was younger," and she was like, "Oh, were you trying to sleep with my man?" And it's like, "No, I dated him when I was younger."
You know what? At this point,
Okay, do you remember Letitia, though? She was the one that did the tax services. She was the one who did the
I
tax
don't know.
services. What else was it? Dang, what else did Letitia do? I know how you know her. She was the one that bought that wedding ring with that man's money, and he called her ready to cuss her out?
Yeah. Why? What
Her.
happened?
I was just on Reddit, which is the app I've been getting on lately. Girl,
Reddit is the app, y'all. I'm telling you, they have a
it's
lot
gotten
of
much
stuff
better.
on
It
there.
has well, let me say this. Focus
Knock on
on
wood.
what you
Knock on
like.
wood. Knock on wood. I knocked on it.
Yeah. That too. Focus on what you like, stick to that. Do not go too far off
Please.
what you like.
Well, that's just any app. We was
That is
talking about
also
that
very
earlier. We
true.
might
That
bring
is
that up
very
a little
true.
bit
That
later
is very
going
true.
forward. But go on with it, girl.
But basically, somebody was like, "Oh, I looked up her business and why every last review is a low rating." And they were like, "I didn't receive my money." And she's responding, "We were not aware of you as a client. We are not aware of you as a client. We did not have you
Oh,
as a client."
girl.
And it's just people being like, "Girl, she's doing a terrible job." And them being like, "We were not aware of you as a client of ours." I'm like, "Ooh, Letitia, girl,
Girl.
girl." But she can't be worse than
I know, according to Amber, she the one already probably reported it.
Wig.
You know, she been having the tea.
But she can't be much worse than I'm Hottie's girl.
Oh, girl, baby. I'm trying to tell you, she was such a promise until the end of that episode. And she went outside arguing about the box. Like, what is this? What the hell? A promise? You've been trifling since you got on this damn.
Cause
You got your
she
daughters
really was
around here.
she really was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna knock him down. Okay, he's messing up. I'm moving
Okay.
on."
exactly. She said, I know how long they got their charges. I'm like, girl, she got a plan. And I'm like, and she's like, I got my top ones. I'm like, oh, okay, girl, top ones. And none of them got money for the
Mhm.
top ones because
Right.
anybody that got the money should be
Right.
top one. And then we like, girl, you got daughters. Like,
Daughters.
okay, daughters. Yes, Lord. Ooh.
But, yeah, girl, that was a good show. That's a good show. Um,
Mhm.
anyways, on to, you. What about you? What have you been getting into?
Well, I got into the book that you sent me, which is what is it called? Hold on.
Boys Come First?
Yes, Boy Comes First. Um, she introduced me to two other books that I did not care for too much. And like I said, we're picking each other brains on which, because we're different. Different.
That's true.
He's more of a romance situation. I am too. Don't get it
Well,
twisted.
I
I
just
am.
like fun quality content, and she's a girl that likes the men that be shooting and gunning and they DL. That's what she lives for.
Well, I don't like.
Let's clock her.
I don't like
Clock her
whiny
T.
main character.
Clocked.
Like I'd rather that be like the friend. But if you're gonna be the main character and you're being whiny, I'm like, okay. And I don't like that. There's a point of view, of course you're gonna probably saying things to describe how you feel about things and stuff like that. That's fine. But it's too much whining. And I'm like, you're getting on my nerves. And it's like, kind of seeing the same kind of play. So that's just all that was. But like I said, it may be for someone else. Would you like to bring up the book? Omar?
Right.
No, I'm saying you would you the one to name the book. Hold on. One of them was uh,
You had me at happy hour.
you had me. I actually liked it that one. I really would like just to read the book itself
Yeah.
versus listening to it because I usually when I listen to because I listen to the Audible version
Yeah.
and mostly or listen to the cast of the book.
Yeah.
So I usually when it comes to gay stories and gay books, I rather want to hear a man,
I get that.
narrating it, at the day.
I do get that.
And but it was actually pretty good. I was following the story. I kind of got the point, and like I said, in some sense, a little cheesiness of it, and that's kind of fun. I like it
Mhm.
at the end of the day, and I'm like, okay, I can see how they're gonna match this up, and I'm like, I should like this. This is,
The happy hour
I
one?
love it. Yes, I really
I
like that.
made my
It's actually
sister
pretty good.
read that with me, and I think as soon as I started it, where he was like, "You know, you should drink this drink with that." And the guy was like, "I
Mm-hmm.
don't want that drink. I want what I want." And he's like, "Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but," and it's kind of like he's being a nuisance, but it's like he is correct, you know?
Yeah,
So I was like,
yeah,
as soon
yeah.
as he started, I was like, I like this. But I also really love Timothy Janov Janofsky. I like his writing. He has one book that I read called New Adult about this guy who intentionally misses his sister's wedding because he got an opportunity at a comedy club, and he gets this thing that transports him to the future, and his life is a mess. Like, every aspect of
Okay.
his life is a mess, but he's famous and rich. And so it's kind of like, "Oh, I want my family back." They hate him. "Oh, I want my best friend back." Best friend hates. It's really good. It's a cute story. I actually really enjoyed it. I think you might like it. But
Oh, okay. Well, I have to put that on my list. That's
yeah,
probably on
if
the
you liked,
list.
the Happy Hour book, you'll like that one because his writing is very
Mm.
fun. I also need to get you into, Kosoko Jackson. Kosoko Jackson's really good too, and he's Black, so
Oh, like me,
well,
American.
that's yet to be
You
proven.
African, right?
That's
Yeah,
yet
that's
to
what
be
you were
proven.
saying last time.
That's yet to be
That's
proven.
what you were saying last
That's
time.
yet to be proven. That remains to be unseen. Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's what it is, girl.
but
You think it. You know
anyways,
what it
that
is.
remains being unseen. Thank you. But what else?
But
What else
hey,
have
I got
I
it,
mean, I know
girl.
you have been getting more into the yeah, reading. You've been getting into that. I know you didn't
Yes.
particularly care for the other book, which Prince of Palisades. I
Yes.
understand. I got it. I feel like,
Mhm.
for me, I'm excited because, Julian Winters, I enjoy some of his content, and so far with Julian Winters, I have 3 of his books. I have Right Where I
Mhm.
Left You, Prince of Palisades, ooh, excuse me, and then I have The Summer of Something. I forgot what it's called. It's like The Summer Something. It's like a summary book. But yeah, tell the people why you didn't particularly care for. Oh well, no. What else have you been getting into before? And then we'll get into the 2 books that we've been reading, that we read.
Okay. So let me get the book. Uh, hold on.
Is it the Boys Come
Hold
First
on.
book?
No, no, no. Well, no, I already brought that one up.
Oh, okay.
Didn't
By
I?
the way, you guys, the book that I was talking about from Julian Winters that I'm getting is called The Summer of Everything. I just want to support my people first and foremost. I do get other people's books, don't get me wrong, and I try to go out of my way if it's really entertaining and fun. Um, but I really want to go out of my way and get Black queer books because I don't see a lot of them, and I really
Mhm.
wanna go out of my way to get them because I'm gonna support, you know?
Of course, of course. Okay.
Um,
I got, oh Lord, into A Cleanup Man by
mhm,
M.T. Pope,
okay.
which is real good, by the way.
I
I
wanna
already
start
heard the book.
I wanna start with Prince of Palisades, if that's okay,
Oh,
and then we'll get
oh,
into The
fun.
Cleanup Man.
Okay, yeah, that book.
Now, for me, I don't mind the, cutesy meet cute stories, like, I'm interested in
Mhm.
reading it, and I've read stuff like this, and I've watched stuff like wig.
Yeah,
Let me move
we
over.
definitely watched it.
Yeah, because we did watch, Red, White, and Royal Blue, and I was more invested in it, than he
Mhm.
was. I also have the book, but the reason I have the book is because,
I didn't say I didn't want. I wasn't in it.
you
I
didn't
felt
like it.
asleep.
You didn't like
I
it.
felt asleep.
You didn't like it.
I felt asleep. I was
You How you felt about Red, White, and Royal Blue is how everybody felt about Robin in that red wig.
girl.
They was getting her together. They was whacking her. That's one of my favorite moments from Robin, when they was all whacking her together. Giselle was like,
Mhm.
"Burn that wig. Whatever you do, that
Mm-mm.
wig is not to be repeated."
Not to sell, telling somebody, giving somebody
Girl, that's
any
how you
kind
know
of
it's bad. That's how you knew it was
like
bad.
Giselle, back up, girl. Don't make me get up.
Okay, who was your favorite? I'll tell you who one of my favorite. I have 2 favorites.
What?
Who was your favorite reaction from that moment?
Oh,
From them, reacting to Robin's red wig. What was your favorite reaction?
didn't they like the way? Didn't they?
No, you don't remember when they was dragging her?
No, no. I remember they was saying, "Oh, girl, she just changed her hair." Now let's talk about the tax.
No, it was, yes, that was
Because that's
Candace.
around the time of tax time. She's
That
like,
was
"Oh, girl,
Candace. Candace was like, "Oh,
that's why she wear
is
that
everything okay?
wig."
Girl, pay your taxes. Just pay your taxes." That was
They think that
Candace.
she all right.
And then
Oh
Ashley,
no.
remember, Ashley was like, "I don't like it." Wait, you don't remember that? Because Giselle was like, "Whatever you do, she should not be repeat do not repeat that. Don't wear that wig again." Remember?
I'm trying to remember, but I remember only thing I remember. Well, first of all, before I know you was no, you remember the name.
You
We know
notice
you.
I'm not making it about
You,
Robin, I'm saying everybody's reaction to it.
you remember your page, girl.
Oh, try again.
No, I remember the funny
Okay,
part.
okay, Giselle lover.
Girl,
Okay, Giselle
not
lover.
her going
Okay,
on
girl who
cover about
loves
that
Giselle.
wig.
All right, the girl that loves Giselle. Let's talk about you and your love
Like,
for Giselle. Okay,
like absolutely
let's talk
not.
about
I
that.
think we are fully
Let's
over it,
talk
and
about
people
your love for
are
Giselle.
like people are
Let's
really
talk
like
about
not
your
happy
love for Giselle.
about Giselle and Wendy
Let's
being
talk
back
about your
and
love for
whatever. It's like
Giselle.
we want to see how this gonna.
Let's
Girl,
talk
look,
about.
you
We'll
just
see.
first of all. Ain't nobody a fan of her.
You
Girl,
are.
go on now.
You did.
Jamal number 2. Girl,
You
get out
did.
my damn face. You better leave me alone
Although
before I kick
although
you.
one of my the one of my favorite moments from Giselle is always gonna be when they were all, like, hanging out, and Giselle was like, "Karen, you look like you ready to walk."
Hold on, what was my Giselle face? I gotta think about it. Oh man, Giselle was like, "Oh, you ain't gonna let him talk? Oh, he don't speak to me. Karen, you brought it
Oh, that was
here.
fun.
Absolutely.
That was fun, but she was like, "Oh, well, we have questions." "Oh, this isn't
I
open
got
for
no
discussion." And
questions.
it was like
No shit, open the floor for questions. Oh no, actually no. Karen was like,
Oh.
It's like, girl, maybe you told me to get ahead of shit. Absolutely not. How dare
That was good. Those were
Karen
good.
on
Okay,
roll,
cause
baby.
she was now listen, when she said that, "Karen, you look like you ready to walk," that was great. That was fantastic. That was like, oh.
Oh, when Karen told, she said, "Oh, Robin gone tech." Robin gone tech. Girl, she is out here. Robin is turned to Tina's me. Now that
Child.
shit was funny when it was said, but she was foul. Doing. Uh,
She
put that
was.
speaker on the damn thing for Ken. Girl, that friendship would have been over once she pulled that speaker out.
Girl, and this is
It
the
would have
fact that if
been
you listen to the
done.
live, Candace was like except Robin. Robin is doing something actually, and
She
it's
still
like,
can't even acknowledge it. She's just saying like, "Well, you should." I'm like, "Girl, but what is it about you? If she ain't got no problem with
"Girl,
you, then what's the problem?"
what's happening?
It's a lot of people not cool with Candy, but Candy like, girl, no, like
Let's
you
move
doing too
on."
much.
Okay, you guys,
Yeah.
before we get into it, uh, Prince of
Princess,
Palisades wig. Um,
it's been a long time. It's been a long time since we've been
right.
to this. Look, well, I think it's. I think it. First of all, I think the setup is. I think, like I said, I feel like it's more so for me,
Yeah,
in my opinion. Definitely like a baby gay book or something like that. In
I
my
could see
opinion,
that.
that's what I really kind of get
It
a feel
is
for it.
it is one of his, like, middle adult kinda situations where it's, like,
Yeah,
in between high school and adulthood, so it's, like, college years. He's more in the college age. He's a college person. He's in college.
yeah.
So it's one of
And
those.
I think I like I like in some sense a little look. I think the point of the book is like I think he's trying to be normal, and I feel like first of all, it's okay for us to have these kind of books. By the way, very cheesy, kind of like something that's
Yeah.
already been done before. That is fine. I prefer when it comes to my books. I don't want to like. I don't like to get into those in some sense because
Mhm.
it's like I don't want to hear you complaining, and I really don't. And I feel like for the
Right.
whole book, he has been complaining
Right.
at the end of the day and trying to be normal and I'm saying that he's a teenager and like I said I think once that's when I got to get into my teenager mind of understanding like oh this is why this person is acting like this they're trying to be like I got it I got it been there done that or whatever but I
Right.
think he was too whiny of trying to be normal it's like but you're not normal
Right.
at the end of the day. And I think that's my point of frustrating. If people just came in and just be like, "Oh, I'm just me," just, doing the thing or whatever. But that's just too much of a big elephant in the room of him being a friend
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
It's
And
I
I'm
think
not really in too much of the fairy tale of it all. I'm not really
it
there.
reminds me of kind of like that conversation around Keith Lee where it's like, I get that you want to be treated like a regular person, but you're not a regular person anymore. There's a
Hmm.
certain level of celebrityhood that you gain from even like pseudo celebrity, like you're TikTok famous, but there's a certain level of celebrity that you've gained from being TikTok
Hmm.
famous that it's like people aren't gonna treat you normal and regular
Yeah, they're
anymore.
watching every move. Like,
That's just
dude,
not
he like
feasible. That's
literally
just
what
not
he did.
realistic to want that, to think that that's
Yeah.
something that you'll have, and I do get it. Like, I understand where a lot of celebrities are coming from, and I feel like we do have a need to over insert ourselves into their lives, their thought
Mhm.
processes, their emotions, their this, their that. We do. Not specifically
Absolutely.
us, but sometimes even us. But it's like, I think,
I don't know about that. I
girl,
be minding my business.
because let's talk about it. If I say something about Rihanna, what's happening?
Well, first of all, you ain't gonna say nothing about it.
Oh, you know
So
I
let's
will.
talk about that.
I'll say it off camera though.
There's no need to
But
talk
anyways,
about it. You ain't got to talk about it. Because you ain't gonna say nothing about it because
but
you
I'll
already
say it
know.
off camera.
Like,
No, but yeah, it's I think I can get what you're saying. I feel like for me, I'm just a romance person. I really love romance and I've been really getting into wanting to read
I love
more.
romance too. I love
We'll see.
romance too. I
Well,
just like a certain kind of romance.
well,
I
we
ain't
know.
saying they gotta get hit.
We know what you are.
I
We
just
know what
rather
kind of
a
girl you
regular.
are.
I think I make my characters in something real, well, regular, regular in
I
something.
guess, girl.
I don't know. It's like
I
if that
I
thing
I
is
just want people to be
okay.
happy and joyful and gleeful, and maybe that's just too much to ask because this girl
Mhm.
wants people to be sad and heartbroken,
Absolutely. First of all, that is
busted and
not true.
disgusted like her.
That is not true.
But it is.
That is not true.
Anyways,
If y'all will read the book, he is complaining the first and first of all, he was already the trouble to start off with. He came in the book
as he
already
should.
had did some shit,
As he should.
okay,
As
and
he
then
should.
now I'm gonna be a new person. I'm like, is this a
As he should.
rehabilitation up in here? What the
As he
hell?
should. As he
I'm like,
should.
girl, you gotta go on. First of all, you can't be going around doing shit,
As
and
he
now the
should.
shit that hit the fan, and now your sister gotta come up here and babysit you and try to protect the crown, and you talking
Girl.
shit about America. He
Anyways.
was already fucked up. It started with it. He was talking about America. I said, "First
Anyways.
take your ass back home with where your American mama's at in that country. Okay, go back to
Anyways.
Wakanda and leave us alone."
Let's get to the next thing, girl. Exactly. Anyways, so Prince of Palisades by Julian Winters. I already own it because I already been previously bought it, but since we decided to do this book thing where I was like, "Ooh, let me
Mhm,
suggest it to get," cuz I haven't read it yet. So when we listened to it, I was like, "Okay, this could be interesting. I want to see where it goes." Um
mhm,
it's not at the bottom of my list, but I'm like, listen to the first 2 pages, just first 2 chapters, I mean. I didn't love what I was reading. I do still want to get into it because, I have it. I already bought it, and it's a black book. I have to give it at least a chance. A chance. A
mhm.
chance. A
Yes.
chance. Um, anything else you wanna say about Prince of Palisades? Prince of
I think
Palisades?
again, I think we deserve books like this. I think, like I said again, and I'm for the
Yeah.
romance too. I think
I
I
I do agree because it's, like, far too often when it comes to our books, it is so, crime drama. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's very much like, Saints and Sinners, Power, those kinda stories, and those can be fun, right?
Mhm,
They're not the they're not the entire experience for everybody, and I was like, I would love to read something that's not just that, you know?
yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
outside of that is fine, but also, I'll read those, don't get me wrong, I will read those kind of books too,
Yeah.
but let's diversify. Yeah.
We just need to have a variety. And like I
Yes.
said, I do enjoy it. I do love it. And
Mhm.
like I said again, and I do love romance.
Right.
I just think, like I said, in the book was, I mean, he was complaining a little too much, you guys, for
We'll
me
see,
at
girl.
the end of the day. And
Yeah.
I think I like for my characters to be realistic. Like I said, he already messed up in the
I can
beginning
see
of the
what you're
book. He
saying.
did some stuff,
Yeah.
and
I mean, to be
and
fair, I I do feel like he should be allowed to have an opinion and voice it. However, I
absolutely,
do feel like you have to be a lot smarter with where and who you voice your opinion with. Like, sometimes have a group chat. Sometimes just talk to your
mhm,
friends, you know? You don't have to tell America.
absolutely,
You don't have to tell the entire world how you feel. You could just tell your friends, you know?
yes, ma'am. So that's just all it was. Just how he started off in the book was just like kind of throwing me off, and I think I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to follow his characters. I'm like, he's already
Right.
working. my nerves. And I was like, because we actually listened to two chapters together. We had did that for his book and the book that I just brought up, which we're gonna get into in a second. And like I said, I went in like chapter two more chapters after that, like three chapters actually, because I was
Mhm.
actually going to a laundromat. I was doing clothes. And I was like, oh yeah, I was like, I'm really trying with this guy. I'm really trying with this guy. And I
Yeah.
think the setup, I was already guessing on how the book was going to end up. Like, of course, we know they're going to get together, but
Right.
I want it to be in a way where
You don't care
I
that
don't
you
see it
if you
coming.
already know that it's happening, you still want to enjoy the journey.
Yeah, but it
Gotcha.
was definitely given like a screenplay that I've seen at this time. Like, I don't want
Right.
because I'm
I
like,
mean,
I
I
needed
get that too.
to be something. So
Yeah.
yeah. So, but that's on that book. I still want everybody to go read it if you are interested in it.
Yeah,
We
still give
need
it a
books like
shot
this.
even
We need
if
some
yeah.
fun, cheesy, fun teenager
I'm very
high
big
school books
on
and stuff like that.
even if people don't like it, if you still have slight interest in it, still get it. Still give
Yeah,
it a
or still
shot.
recommend it to someone
Yeah,
because again, it can be somebody else's case, and it's like we
exactly.
need different stories. We need fun, cheesy. It
Yeah,
don't matter if it's already been done. Stories
true.
at the end of the day, we need those, and I think that's something I wish I had it when I was growing up, but I
Right.
have other things like Noah's Ark. But just saying.
Yeah. We did just have we did just have Noah's Ark or Punks.
Mhm.
It was very few and far between for us. Let's just be real.
Mhm.
But we did have
Yeah,
stuff.
but again, because it's kind of like that was a high school one. I don't know if you heard about you read Bump This by what's his name? Uh, what is that gay author name? I know his name. Bump This by
LT?
is it Elton?
Is
The
it
one who did it's the black guy. It's the black guy.
it's Bump This by
Oh, and my phone was dying too.
I think I've heard of that.
Cheap.
Vile? LT Vile?
Hold on.
Mhm. He
Yes, LT. Wait, hold on. I thought it was by Elin Harris. No.
no.
Well, Bump
If
This
it's
was
Bump
actually
This
good.
if it's Bump This, it's by LT Vile,
Oh, you
but
never read Bump This?
no, I know of it because it's on my list to buy because I've been thinking about buying it, but I haven't bought it yet.
Well, if you want to listen to it, I have it on Audible. It's
Okay.
actually good, and it's placed in high school as well. So you guys can check that out. It's very fun. It's definitely around our time. So that's why I think I really got into it because it's around our time and stuff like
Because
that.
you're not
It's a real good book.
you like thugs. We know what it is,
First of
girl.
all, wait a minute now.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. I found
Oh,
you in a
America needs to
horny
know.
teenager minding
America
his
needs to
business.
know. America needs to
Okay,
know
I
who you
found you in
are.
a horny teenager minding their business
America
at the
needs
end
to
of the
know
day,
who
and
you
him
are.
navigating. I'm telling you,
America needs
okay,
to know
girl.
who you are.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I got her up into a cleanup man, the cleanup man.
Mhm.
And what you think? What you think? Go on, speak
Well,
out.
I'll let you start and say your positive feelings about it because I have so many things that I want to say.
I know. Well,
And it's going to be so
well,
nasty, so
well, it's
rude,
actually a pretty good book, guys. I actually got it for
so
free
nasty,
because if you get
so
Audible,
rude.
okay. When you get Audible, you're able to get free books that you can actually listen to.
Mhm.
Each month you get a credit. I get usually one credit each month that I pay for the subscription. You get to keep the credit, and also you can be able to return the book or whatever the case may be. You can
Right.
be able to do that, which I did. I got my money back for that print stuff immediately. You can do that, and this book was actually free. And I
Mhm.
really wanted to get into it. I really wanted to listen to it. And at first, yes, it is very raunchy. They got a lot of stuff going on up in and I like my books like that. I like books like that. I'm so sorry. I like books talking about themselves.
Mm,
That is
mm,
me. Okay.
mm,
What? Oh,
mm,
girl. Yeah.
mm, mm.
My say after all of that, listening to, I thought, oh, this is getting good. But they actually had a story that was really, really going on, and I really love to follow this character. You guys are gonna like this character. In my well, no, some people can like him, some people can, but I think it's just like you following the person, and I think it was really, really great of him coming into his own and stuff like that. And oh my goodness, like I don't want to give it away. I think you guys should. It's read it. Or you can listen to it on Audible, especially if you have a subscription with them. Most likely it's gonna be free. I would think so. It is by TMT Pope, Type Pope Pope.
Right.
And it's really, really good. And we listened to it, so I'm about to ask you about your opinion. I loved it. I finished the story. I started over like 3 times. And
Mm.
I can't listen to this when I used to do Uber because I used to listen to a lot of my books or whatever, but I can
You
listen
tried to
to
listen
it.
to it when you were Ubering?
Not that I can.
Oh, I
I
was
said
I
I
was
wouldn't
just about to say.
try. I wouldn't try to listen to it. But I listened to the woman in me, baby. I had listened to Britney Spears, the woman in
Oh,
me,
that was a good one. That was really good.
over
I have
6 times. Like,
hers is good, and Issa Rae's was really good when I read it ages ago. I wanna go back and reread Pamela Anderson's because I heard hers is really good, but I also wanted to really get into it. And Kathy Griffin's was good too, by the way. I enjoyed hers. Yeah.
get into it. It is out, you guys. I will buy the copy of I just really
Mm.
was because I love Britney Spears, and I remember Ubering that day,
Mhm.
listening to that book, and the time flew by. It was just, it was. I was looking at the girl like, girl, don't talk to me. I'm very talkative and open. I'm like, girl, don't talk to me. Get this ride and let Britney talk. I gotta hear what my girl is saying.
Mhm.
Okay, I love her, and I listened to it so many times. But you know, so what do you think about the book that I picked out? I really want you to give it to me. What you thinking, girl?
-5.
Nice. She was enjoying the book. She was
You
enjoying
know
it.
what? And forget you, Mr. Spears. Death to them all.
Oh, oh, really?
It's the fact that she said that
Really?
can we talk about it's the fact that she said that, and then when everybody reacted, she was looking shocked. It's like, "Wendy, you said it." "Wendy, you said it. Why are you looking shocked?"
Oh, no. I like when niggas try to grab the mic. She's like, hold on. Grab the mic.
Right.
She say, I got no don't touch the mic. Lord. We love X Wendy. Oh, we love X Wendy, baby. She's a mess.
Oh, man. Weak.
So what
But,
you felt like? What do you think about it?
well, I thought it was, it was decent or whatever. It was okay.
She was enjoying it.
It was fine, I guess, it was decent. The
Her type of
ending
juice
the
out the
ending was
way.
pretty
Definitely.
good. The ending was pretty
Oh,
good.
did you listen to the whole thing?
Mm,
You did?
mhm.
Why you never said nothing?
I wanted to tell you this right then and there. That's why.
What?
Yeah.
You did?
Mhm.
I knew it. You liar. You bitch. Ah, bitch. Bitch.
Oh.
Cause it's so good. Let me tell you something. I was like, look, I was like, what is going on? Hold up. Okay, let me come. I gotta get my mic. I know I'll probably be a little bit loud, you guys. I gotta get a mic. Okay, hold on. Okay, so tell me how you really feel. So,
Also, exactly. Also, exactly. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna tell him, but I'm not gonna
no, I
tell
feel
him.
bad because I gotta finish. No, because your book was actually really good. When you,
Oh
oh,
no,
now
I
I
was
feel
just
bad.
gonna
And I
listen
gotta
to
finish
it.
that.
I was just
No,
gonna
because
listen to it.
I got into it on Monday, by the
I
way, and I'm like,
started
ooh, I want to
to
savor
listen
this
to it while I
later.
was exercising. That's what helped a lot.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna finish the book you got, and then we'll I'll discuss
Well,
that
we can't discuss
again
it because
on
I
our
haven't
next
read it
conversation.
yet. I haven't read anything of it yet.
Okay, well, you gotta read it. 'Cause
I'll have to
I'm about
okay,
to get
so
on it.
Imma have to suggest to you a different book that I actually have read, and we can talk about that. Let's do that.
Okay, cool. That'll be fun.
Alright.
Okay, so tell me,
Okay, well, you guys,
you
well, let's say this. This is gonna jump straight into spoiler territory. We're gonna try to be as spoiler free as possible, but there's
spoiler.
gonna be some things that I want to talk
So
about.
just press
There's gonna be
pause
some things that I
and
want to talk about that are kind of spoilery. Okay, because I do want to
okay.
talk about
Well,
it.
no, we're gonna talk. We're discussing this book. This was actually a really, really good book. It was
Okay,
either that or it's
so
gonna be
spoiler
back to oh,
alert.
I already got my second one.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. We're gonna be talking about MT Pope's the cleanup man. We're gonna just do some like it's I just have some things I want to talk about. And we're gonna keep it going, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So ask your questions. What do you have? What's the questions you have for me?
Well, I just want to know your how you really felt about
um, okay. I liked it, right?
it. Mm-hmm.
There were some things that the lead character did that I was kind of just like that irritated me
Mm-hmm.
a little bit.
Which was
Um, I didn't like how he was handling his mom with with the dad situation. I got
yes,
that he wanted to know about his dad, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with him wanting to connect with his dad, know his dad. I just didn't like how he handled his mom
yes,
in trying to know his dad. Like yelling
yes.
at her, cussing at her, fussing with her, and it's like I don't like this. I well, technically she's not the only parent that stayed, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
before I found out the spoiler thing, I don't wanna say it. So, we're gonna keep that you know, we're gonna not
Mm-hmm.
say what I wanted. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
The
Mm-hmm. Yes.
parent
Yes.
situation. Okay. We're
Yes.
gonna keep that under wraps. Y'all just
Was it
read the
a
book.
big shock to you in some sense?
Huh?
Was it a big shock to you in some sense?
Yes,
It
it
was
was.
okay because it was for me. And I
Well,
was like,
okay, let's say
"What's
this.
going on?"
When we get off the podcast, we'll talk about it. We'll talk
Okay, cool,
about that.
awesome.
We'll talk more in detail, but let's say I was shocked by that, but
Mhm.
I it did make sense
Yes,
why that character acted how they acted. Do you get what I'm saying?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay,
And
so
I enjoyed that. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I just
Mhm.
didn't like how he was handling his mom. I get it. I get it, right? Because you wanna know your
Mhm.
dad, you wanna know about your experience with your parent and all of that. Like, you wanna know more. But I
Mhm.
also feel like there was a better way to handle it, especially with
Mhm.
your mom was doing her best. She was trying her best, and she was trying to be there and be present, and the way you was yelling at her, cussing at her, and all that, I was just like, "Oh, this is too much.
Yeah.
That's
It
not
was
fair. That's not fair
over
to
the
her," you know?
top. Yeah.
Especially let's say it was a excruciatingly traumatic situation. She doesn't wanna talk about it, you know?
Mhm.
Um, uh, I don't know how to talk around the other situation. Okay, I will say with that other situation, I get why he did what he did, right?
Mhm.
I feel like if he was gonna do that, right, he should have been a
Yeah.
lot smarter about it
Yes.
in a way that wasn't going to cause blowback towards him. And you can tell that a lot of his actions are fueled by his childhood, you know,
Yes.
that feeling of abandonment, that feeling of rejection, that feeling of being undesired, unwanted, right?
Yeah.
You can tell a lot of his experiences are fueled by that, you know?
Mhm.
So, okay. If I was his friend, I don't know if I would forgive him that easily. Not gonna hold you. I would
Okay.
forgive him, but I don't know if I would forgive him that easily.
I think you probably will forgive him, but I think the point is, girl, you have to like I don't know, it just gives you less trust in the person that
Right.
this is how you want to handle it
No, but
or
you like,
whatever.
it's like, I almost was in prison for you, and I
Mm,
didn't even do anything to deserve that, nor did I have anything to do with the situation, you know?
mhm.
So that's why I'm saying if I was the best friend, I would probably be mad at him for a little longer than,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
Um,
So what do you think about the consequences?
the who?
Well, the main interest situation.
I said it. I said, "I get it." I feel like he should have been smarter in what he was gonna do to where it was a situation that wouldn't cause blowback to him,
Mhm.
but
Well,
you
I'm talking about the friend. Think about the other person.
I that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
That's
you
why I
so
said the
weird.
blowback towards him because a lot of things happened to him after that, remember?
Mhm.
Like the situation that happened to his both the situations that happened to his friends, you know?
Yeah.
Um, I don't I really did not like how he was a lot more lenient towards his friend's mother. He was a lot more gentle with them than he was with his own mom. And
Mhm.
I also don't like how callous he was with the girls that Carlos would bring around, you know?
Mhm.
Like, I didn't like how he was trying to dig into or find a reason to hate Carla. And it's like, you don't even know her like that to be like just hating her. I get it that
Mhm.
that's your friend and you want to protect your friend, right? But
Of course.
I feel like some of the ways he went about doing things I didn't like, you know?
Of course.
Essentially that's the book. I get why he's doing some of the things he's doing. I don't get why he's doing it the way he's doing it. That was the majority of the book. That was 95% of the book. Um,
I got it. I got what he was doing.
what'd you say?
I know why he was doing it.
No, I did too. I'm just saying some of the ways he was doing things, I was just like, "Oh, girl, this isn't smart." You know?
Well, I think that's the part about the character. The
True.
character is
No,
always letting things
I
on the
I
edge.
get that. I get that. It was still like, "Girl, what are we doing?" You know? But,
Mhm.
like,
He
with the
wouldn't be a
Carla
person I
thing,
would want to be
I
friends
didn't
with.
I don't know, it's like with the Carla situation, I just felt like Carla hasn't really done anything for you to be like, "Oh, what you saying about me?" It's like every moment that she was trying to engage with you, especially on the first meetup, you're, like, trying to find a way to destroy her, and it's like, you don't even know this girl like that to do all this.
Mhm. Well, I think it goes into the plumber character, very possessive, and he's trying to figure out who this person is.
Mhm.
Uh, at the end of the day, so I think it's in some sense, yeah, that's kind of like how friendships are. You like you're gonna probably be a little hard, just a
I
little
mean, true,
grilling,
but you also,
just a little
like
grilling.
also you don't wanna do that thing where you're like you scare people. You know, you kinda wanna be like, "Okay, well, let
Mm-hmm.
me observe," and then when that person is not there, be like, "Girl, let me tell you something, this person's not for you."
Mm-hmm.
I saw them I saw them pick up the fork off of the floor and just blow on it and rub it on their shirt, and we were at a restaurant and they just kept eating. That's not the right person for you, girl. Love yourself.
Okay, no, that's a lot. Okay, you know what?
But you get what I'm saying, you
Mhm.
know?
I
So,
definitely get it.
I feel like that was my feelings with him majority of the time where I'm just like, "Yeah, that was kinda stupid." And I hope you know that.
Mhm.
I'm glad you noticed that it was stupid, especially now. You know, like, once it's like things happen to him, he's like, "Dang, that actually happened to me, and it's possibly my
Mm.
fault." And it's like, "Yeah, majority of the time it was your fault." Now with
Of course.
the main story, right? The the
Mhm.
the plot situation, I wouldn't say that's necessarily his fault. I understand wanting to get revenge on something that happened to you by somebody, you know, from somebody.
Mhm.
Like getting revenge for something that happened to you because somebody else. I get that. Fully get that.
Mhm.
But like I said, I just feel like I would have liked it if he was smarter to avoid blowback and to avoid the situation blowing up in his face, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, his obsession with that type of man, realistic, I feel like we all have gone through that experience at once or
Mhm.
twice. Not
Of
doing
course.
it, you don't even have to necessarily do it, but like the idea is
Yes.
titillating. It's like, ooh,
Mhm.
that's
Of
exciting. That could
course.
be interesting. But then you're like, I'm an adult. Why would I do that? You know?
Yeah, yes. Back in the day, so, yeah, but
Yes.
certain things you grow way out of. You like, girl, you doing that? Oh, girl, like I got
Yeah.
lots to lose. I ain't got time to be
Yeah.
doing all that shit. Like, I'm on a different level,
Yeah. And
really.
you're just like, ooh, I no thank you. You know?
And that's how people lose friends. Because some people with friends will be still on shit. Like, girl, no, we're not doing that no more. We're not falling out the car, out the club. We're not doing that.
Right.
Never. We are above that. Okay.
You know? But yeah, that's my feelings. Any other questions you may have?
Uh, well, I mean, I never had any. I'm just. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I said I
In
did. Yeah.
all honesty, okay, cool. That's good.
It was just that was the book. It was like, oh, okay, this is actually interesting. And there's a lot of
Mhm,
introspective from the lead character, especially after something bad happens. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have did that. Like it's like a lot of he's doing it's very much that moment where you know how like when you're younger you touch the stove and it's hot and you burn your hand
mhm,
and you're like,
mhm,
dang, that hurt. I shouldn't have did that. And it's like, yeah, things happen. Because real if you had listened, if you had understood, you would have known that the stove is hot.
mm.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I had fun. I would read something similar, but not that exact book. Also, fun fact, uh, I think he wrote another book that I've seen before, and I think I have it on my list of books to consider getting later down the line. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. It was definitely a great rabbit hole to go down. I really had fun with it, and I
Mhm.
think how would I put this? I think what I really liked about this book, in my sense, where I wanted to know the story or whatever the case may be, but I think it was one of the stories that I'm like, I don't like the main character because I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, really?
I
And I
think
enjoyed that.
I think
I enjoyed
yeah.
that he was a complicated character to not
Yeah.
like, but you're trying to understand him. He's just like putting it out there, and I was like, I like this. That
Yeah.
I don't really care too much for the character. But I want to see how he's gonna play it, and it made it to the point that following the story that that wasn't set up for me to love the character. And I think that was something that I really enjoyed. And I'm like, I'm glad I was able to be a part of, following the story after the day. And I was like, oh, he's just like, the whole time, I'm like, oh, girl, you really doing this? Girl, really? Girl, honestly, what? And it made me want to talk. Like, I want to hear what you got to say. I want to see where this is going to go after the day. And look, and by father's story, I was okay with him getting caught. I was like, you can't get caught. You deserve it. Look,
Yeah.
you can't be doing this shit after the day. But go for you. Go for it. Do you. So I think that was why I really enjoy it. I play it all the time when I'm but I would like to get you into basketball, Jones. And
Oh
yes,
yeah, the
in some sense,
Elin.
it's yes, Elin Harris. It is some of it is a cliche. Have you read it?
I haven't read that specific book, but I have
That is
I
it's
have the
good.
Invisible Life series and the other one. I think it's like those two main ones that people know of. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Which one?
By Elin, it's like Invisible Life, Any Way the Wind Blows.
I think I have it. I think hold on, I think I do.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, I
Invisible
have it.
Life, Just as I Am, Any Way the Wind Blows, Not a Day Goes By, A Love of My Own. Those books, you know what I'm talking about. And This Too Shall Pass. Those kind of books. I have that. Oh,
Okay,
Abide with
so
Me.
for the
And
MT
I
Pope,
have
he
one
has both sides of the fences too.
I also have one
Uh,
that's called Got to Be Real, which is basically 4 original short stories, love stories, and it's different authors, and Elin
mhm.
Harris is one of them. It's also Eric Jerome Dike, which is everybody's favorite growing up, Marcus Major and Colin Channer. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that last name wrong. But yeah, that's the book. That was our update. Girl, this is an hour video. I'm gonna have to try to cut this down, so hello?
Oh, Jesus, Louise, don't do that.
I'll just have to get rid of this whole situation, this whole section. Just, they don't need to hear that, I like the book. They don't need to hear that. But oh,
Really? Well, well, you guys, it's been fun. We had a great time sharing our love for books. We're gonna have more on this. This is gonna be fun. Oh, this is gonna be a series for
oh yeah, it
getting
is.
into different gay books.
I have a
So
bunch
we can
of
talk
books.
about it.
I have a bunch of books in
Mm-hmm,
my room, so we are gonna be going through a lot if we can,
mm-hmm.
as we should.
And she's gonna be hating on me like
Oh, girl, there's no hate.
y'all. Yeah, you did. You've been
It's
hating
just
on
the
me since we
facts.
started
The
our
facts
talk.
of the matter is that mhm.
Sure.
Anyways, you guys,
Sure.
that's our update. Yeah, we've been reading.
Yes.
Our next section that we've already kind of started on, right, is you said Basketball Jones, and I have Boys Come First.
Okay. Well, you said we can't. You was gonna give another book to listen to.
I have to listen to Boys Come First. I haven't read it yet or anything.
Yeah, that's. I said you was gonna give me another book that you already read. That you was gonna
Oh
talk
yeah, yeah,
about.
yeah. Let me do that instead then. So it's a bunch of them. I'll just get your thoughts on it, and we can go from there. We probably had to do
Okay,
what we
cool.
did this time, the same thing where you just listen to the first 30 seconds or something, like 30 minutes,
Hmm.
and see which one interests you the most, and we can go from there.
Okay,
But
cool.
all right,
Awesome
you
sauce.
guys, this is us, the T.O.
All right.
Show. I'm Oh Lord,
I'm tired of. I
and
work we
we're
did it.
just some cleaning up heifers, cleaning up all the time, you know?
Mhm.
Getting clean, cleaning things up, you know? All right, you
Yeah.
guys.
Wig.
Bye,
All
you
right.
guys.
Bye.